Meet the Extravis TangleCutter V5 robot vacuum and mop. This powerful robot vacuum has 8500 PA suction, cuts hair tangles, and even entertains your cat with a laser. It's self-emptying, self-charging, and avoids obstacles. All this in a nice minimalistic form factor without breaking the bank. Now take a look at the design. This has no business being this elegant, sleek, and minimalistic as far as everything looks. It'll virtually take up no space while also keeping your house nice and clean. Now if we take a look at the base station itself, looks fantastic. Now if we pop open the top right here, we can see the large removable dust bag that's going to trap and lock all the dust and debris that gets captured by the vacuum and sucked into the base station. Down here we actually have a little filter over the air vent to keep the air nice and clean. The bag is easily removed. Once it's full, simply pull this up to lock it closed, pull it out, and you're ready to go. As you can see, everything is nice and sealed inside, so you can easily replace the bag. Replacing the bag is easy as well. Simply slide it in the groove just like so. Make sure the flap is down and it's ready to suck in debris. Now closing the top, if we work our way down here, we do have the nice base station at the bottom that's going to allow the robot to dock in place. Now if we take a look on the inside, we do have the charging pin connectors as well as a sensor, and over here on the left side we actually do have the suction that's going to suck all the dust and debris out of the robot into the base station into the bag. Now of course this bottom base is easily removable, so you can clean it every so often. And if we take a look right here on the front, we actually have this little black teardrop, and inside is actually a laser that your cat can play with while you're away to keep them entertained. It'll shoot it out on the floor, let your cat chase it around, and they'll have a good time. Now moving on to the robot vacuum itself, we do have a power button, an LED light with a cat on it, as well as a home button. Over on the front we do have a nice bumper here, so if it bumps into obstacles it'll know to stop. Of course on the bumper we do have sensors on both sides as well as the front, so it can make sure to stay clear of obstacles. Now if we pop the top open, we actually see our dustbin here, which does have a good size and actually air filters as well, so it can trap and lock dust and debris before it gets sucked into the base station and into the bag. Placing it back inside is very simple, and for the most part you won't have to take this out because everything's getting sucked out into the base station, but if you want to clean it every so often and replace the filter, it's very easy to do. Now over here we actually have this rubber port. Once you pop it open, it actually gives us the water tank, so we can fill it up with water for mopping capabilities. Now closing the top, we can make our way over to the back, and as you can see we also have a sensor that's going to line up with the sensor inside of the base station as well as the charging pin connectors. Now take a look down here on the bottom. This is where things get more interesting. We do have two spinning brushes on either side as well as a 360-degree pivoting wheel, so it can turn around at any angle that it needs to. We also do have these big bumpy tires, so it can go over obstacles like rugs without an issue. Now of course right here in the middle we do have the roller brush, which is a combination of brush and rubber to suck up all the dust and debris. This is an anti-tangle design, so if we actually go in here we can see the little combs here, so it'll actually cut any hair that gets trapped and locked in here, so it can easily suck it up instead of getting tangled up in the brush. They also did include another brush with slightly different bristles on here, along with some more cutting technology in case you want to switch it up if you particularly have a hairy house. Now moving our way down here, we actually have two 360-degree spinning mop heads, and they're actually magnetically attached, so they're very easy to remove, and you can actually take off the mop pads themselves with Velcro, so you can easily clean and replace them when they get dirty. So as you can see, everything does look very nice, and it is very small and compact and easy to put anywhere with that. It's a very nice design. Now what I did notice is there's no water tanks in here, so you do have to manually fill this up with water every time you want it to mop, as well as clean the mopping pads every so often to keep them clean.
Hi, I'm the world's first TangleCutter robot vacuum by Extravis.
Wow, isn't that fancy once you connect it to power? Now once you actually do have power, we have this side button over here with a cat on it. You simply press it, and that's what's going to actually activate the laser on the front. That's going to actually be shining around to keep your cat nice and entertained. Alright, so now that we do have power, in order to actually get this robot vacuum and mop set up correctly, we're going to download the Extravis app from the App Store and open it up. We're going to tap on Add Device. We're going to choose Small Home Appliances. And as you can see right up top, it automatically discovered our robot vacuum. So we're going to tap on Add, and we're going to enter our 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi information. And just like that, in less than a minute, we are all set up and ready to go. We can rename it if we want to, and then tap on Done. So now once we're inside of the app, right here in the middle, it actually says we want to do a map scan, which we will get to once we get this set up. But first, let's actually take a quick look at the app. Down on the bottom, we do have Smart. We can tap on that and choose different types of cleaning, whether we want smart cleaning, so it automatically does everything by itself. We can select a certain room, zone cleaning, or point and clean to a certain area. Up here on the top, it says we are charging and currently at 91% right out of the box. We can tap on cleaning preference on the bottom right and choose how we want it to clean. We can sweep and mop, sweep only, or mop only, which is very nice to see. We can also choose how much water we want it to produce outside while it's mopping. all the way from mid, moderate to intense depending on how dirty the area is, as well as adjust the suction power between quiet, balanced, turbo, and max. We also do have customized modes, so you can customize cleaning preferences depending on what room it's in. We also have fragrance deodorization, so you can actually spray a fragrant mist of essential oils out, which is very cool, as well as negative ion wind to activate the negative ion wind function. Now all the way down on the bottom right, we do have 4 little squares. If we tap on that, we go into all of the device settings where we can actually schedule cleaning, so it'll clean at certain times on certain days automatically, like clockwork. We also have room manage, so you can manage each room on the map, as well as dust collection, so you can have it not collect dust automatically, collect dust after it's done sweeping, collect dust after sweeping twice, collect after sweeping 3 times or 4 times, or you can collect dust right now, so let's actually press it. And just like that, it sucked out all the dust and debris from the dustbin on the robot into the bag. Next, we also have the cleaning record, so you can see the record of when it was cleaning and how it cleaned on the map, as well as voice and volume. So if you don't like that voice and volume, you can turn it off or turn it up or down depending on your preference. We also have switch disturb, so you can turn do not disturb on and off between certain periods of time. We also have manual control, so you can actually control the robot like a video game and have it go clean exactly where you want. But to be fair, for the most part, I'm gonna have it doing it by itself because I want the robot to do the cleaning so I don't have to. We also have consumable management, so to let you know when you should replace your different parts, such as the filter, the side brushes, the roller brush, and the mops. We also have seek robot, so if you happen to lose track of the robot in your house, we can tap on that and play a sound.
I am here.
There you go, it tells you I am here, so you can go find it. Next up, we also have auto boost, so it'll automatically boost suction in case something is particularly dirty, so I'll turn that on. We also have breakpoint resume cleaning, units, we can do square foot or square meters, as well as device info, mop auto retract for when it goes onto carpet, so on and so forth. So with that being said, the app is very clean and easy to use, so let's actually go get this set up and put it to the test. So overall, the Extravis is a great robot vacuum, especially when it comes to pet owners. I sent it out to go map out the area. I did so very quickly and effectively, making sure to get all the different areas of every room and also separating each individual room into separate sections that you can later edit and customize to your liking. Now, when I say that's good for pet owners, one of the main things here is the anti-tangle brush. The brush actually has some integrated teeth, so that way when pet hair gets sucked up inside, instead of getting tangled and locked up on the brush itself, it'll actually cut through it as it's spinning and then suck it into the dustbin, so you won't have to go in there with a razor blade and cut it out yourself manually, which is great, especially if you're like me and have a cat running around your house all day, letting hair shed everywhere, especially when shedding season's upon us. There's hair literally everywhere and it's annoying, so it's great to have the robot vacuum taking care of that for me. Now on that note, it does have 8,500 pascals of suction, so it can suck up dirt, dust, debris, and of course, you know, the pet hair without a problem, whether you're on hard floors or carpet. For example, right here, I poured some flour and chipped crumbs all over my carpet, sent out the robot to go get it, and it did a great job sucking up all of it. There was no remnants of dust or particles from the flour left over, and it was fantastic. Then on the other hand, if you have hard floors, it does a great job as well, sucking up everything off of the floor, whether it's crumbs, dust, debris, or once again, pet hair without a problem. Now remember, the dustbin of the vacuum is gonna end up getting full, but that's not a problem because you don't have to manually empty it out yourself. It'll simply return back to the base station, park itself in there, start charging, and then suck everything out with a wild force of whirlwind, just taking it all out there into the dust bag that you can easily dispose of from the station when it's full. Now vacuuming aside, it also does have two spinning mop pads, so it can also clean your floor with water and make sure all the stains and any spills are cleaned up without you having to do it yourself. Now keep in mind, as far as the mopping portion of this goes, it is pretty basic, so you do have to manually fill up the robot with water when it goes out to clean, and also you do have to manually remove and clean off the mopping pads when they get dirty. It's not going to do that for you, so just keep that in mind. And overall, the process is very simple, filling it up in a matter of seconds, and then when it comes time to clean the mopping pads manually, you simply take them off, which is very simple because they are magnetic and pop right off when you just give them a little bit of a pull, and then go wash them in the sink and throw them back on. It's very easy. Now back to why this is great for pet owners, I guess mainly cats, because cats do love one thing, and that is lasers. And this has a built-in laser in the base station, so it'll actually have a laser shoot out and move around so the cat can go chase it around and be entertained and have a good time. Now the one thing I would love to see changed and updated in the future is, as of right now, in order to activate that laser, you have to actually press the button on the side of the base station manually to turn it on or turn it off. Now I would love to have that built into the app so I could easily do it when I'm on the go or when I'm in another room or whatever I want to do, maybe even schedule it to turn on and off at a certain time. That would be fantastic, so the cat cat can always have something to play with. But overall, the laser is a great idea and it works very well. It goes up to the ceiling, goes on the walls, goes on the floor, moves around, and the cat's gonna have a great time. So overall, the Extravis V5 robot vacuum and mop is fantastic and great for pet owners. Not only does it suck up everything, whether it's dust, dirt, debris, pet hair, you name it, it also does do some mopping for you, albeit a bit in a manual sense because you have to fill it up with water and clean the mopping pads yourself, but it still does a great job. And plus, the base station is so small and lightweight, you can easily move it around as needed. You can take it upstairs, bring it back downstairs without a problem. You're not having to lug around a super heavy base station. But like I said, does a great job cleaning and entertaining your cat and not getting tangled up with pet hair, especially if you do have pets around the house. And it's a great robot vacuum that doesn't break the bank and also has a bunch of features, and a few features like that laser that other vacuums don't have.